Thank you. I'm very excited to tell you all about human versatility. Um, I've been studying it for many years, and so I'm finally feeling well about telling the world about this.
Well, Dave, let's start right there. You talk about human versatility is essential for adapting to rapid industry changes. I mean, I can't think of a time recently where things have been happening as fast as they are now. So, why don't you explain what human versatility entails and why it's relevant? Well, why we should be paying attention to it.
Well, first, let me tell you human versatility is like a Swiss Army knife of hard and soft skills. It's also a very powerful tool. Let me tell you about it, what human versatility is and how you use it to save time, money, and make things. Human versatility is the ability to help somebody on your team to take over. And let me explain it a little bit more. So, first, you're leading a team and you find that you don't have enough time or whatever, or how are you going to add value to the team? And so, for instance, you take like an engineer. Engineers love to do their design work, but they don't necessarily like to do their administrative paperwork. So, you as a leader, go to the engineer and say, how can I help you? Can I take over some of your roles that you're going to do? And I'm sure he would be totally impressed that you asked him to do that. So he can do his more important, I'll say, of doing his design work and you take over the administrative work. Yes, you're taking on some new capabilities, but you're filling the space, the gaps within your project. You're becoming whole, okay? And you start working more as a team versus like for myself, just like I have my own type of thing. Also, you can kind of say human versatility is like greasing or lubricating a bicycle chain. Okay, you're reducing the friction to the bicycle chain, and so when you apply it at the right time at the right place, the bike is going to go faster and you'll get ahead of schedule. So human versatility, when applied, would do the same thing. It will make you faster, quicker, better. And so using human versatility will make you go faster and save time. So that's in
So,
a nutshell what it is.
so in your example, if I'm the team leader and I go to my lead engineer and I ask her, um, why she hasn't done the paperwork, let's say, maybe updated her agile boards or things like that.
Right.
What I think I heard you say is let her keep doing that strong value add, and I'll do the updating admin work for her, which shows my ability to be versatile. And I'm just curious,
Right. Mhm.
wouldn't isn't it a way for maybe for me to encourage her to be more versatile by figuring out what is it about the administrative work that I could help her do? Or do I take, like, if I had 8 direct reports, all of a sudden I'm doing their work? So help me square that.
Okay. So, yes, you ask her, what can I do to help you so you can do your higher priority work that would get done? And you're taking that on to yourself. Yes, I realize you're taking on more responsibility and stuff like that, but sometimes you may be better doing that than she might be better doing it. So this way you can do it and take it off her plate. And so what you're doing is you're fulfilling work that can be done, but she can do her more priority level work higher than what you're going to be doing. Okay, you take that off of it. So you're helping to add value, time, schedule, so forth and so on.
So is it fair to say, because I've run lots of teams, and I know you're a professional project manager, so you
Right,
understand this. So if I'm looking at my team of 8, and I look at all the things we need to do,
right,
and as a board member told me, I want to put my aces in their places. So I
right,
figure out who's best at what, and then there's this list of stuff that still needs to get done, but we don't really have one of us there who could do it. So do we just do it anyway, or do we put together a professional development plan so we can all get better at those things? Do we bring in another person? How I'm thinking of team versatility
Right.
as opposed to individual.
Well, you have to figure out who would be the best person on the team to
Sure,
do that particular work,
sure,
okay? Whether
sure.
it's the project manager or somebody in manufacturing and so forth and so on. Now, if they can take that on, they're becoming more rounded. They're becoming more, how do you say, taking on the responsibility and making sure, filling the gaps and everything that somebody who may not have that skill to do
Correct,
it, but
correct,
you're getting
correct.
the best person to do it.
Correct. Yeah, I love professional development. I love team development. I love really looking at what are the things we need to do to take that whole team to the next level. And so I think versatility is a big part of it. I'm curious, when did it dawn on you that this was a thing that uh, we weren't paying attention to, and we needed to have you tell us about it?
Let me explain my true, powerful story that changed the world. Let me
Okay.
tell you about exactly what happened to me, okay?
Okay.
So I think most people know what Garmin is. There's another company called Magellan.
Yeah, sure.
So I was the project leader for Magellan, and Magellan wanted to bet the company on making what's called a GPS vehicle navigation device product.
Okay.
Or you could say it's a product for your car that will get you from point A to point B.
Sure.
But they bet
Sure.
the company on it,
This is
okay?
what, 30 years ago?
In 2004.
Okay. 20
Okay,
years
this is
ago. Okay.
2020 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we wanted to kick Garmin in the backside. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
All right. And so we said we're going to put a hard drive in because back then you had to take a CD to load the maps
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
unit.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
In the
So
trunk
we're
of the
gonna,
car, right?
what's that?
In the trunk of the car. You would do
Well, that
that.
was one version, but the other thing, you put it into your computer, the
Oh,
CD, and then you hook it up, and then you load the device with all the maps, okay, which took hours to do. Okay, about 6 hours back in
sure.
2004. Okay, so we said we want to make this device. A company called Best Buy, Circuit City, Costco said, okay, especially Best Buy said, you better be in our store by, they gave us a date,
Yeah.
October 17th.
Yeah.
Now it's January. It was January 2004. We had to be there by October 17th. So
Or
10
Christmas.
months. We had 10 months, okay, from scratch zero to having a full working product, okay? So we worked our tails off. But I suddenly said to myself, this ain't going to happen unless we have some type of versatility here
Ah.
to save time, money, whatever.
Ah.
So, what did I do? I asked the hardware, the software, and the mechanical engineering team, what can I do to support you? And they said, well, you can order the hardware material, you can order software components for us. Plus, I went to the marketing people and said, what kind of intelligence can I help you
Mm,
with and stuff like that. And then the sales manager, he wanted stuff delivered from China
sure. Sure.
to us. Okay. So here we are working really hard. And so what happened was I started to take tasks away from people and able to do it myself. I
Because you could do it faster, which freed them up to do the other thing. And so you were being more versatile. As a result, it was helping the team have a better chance of making the goal. And I don't want to spoil the surprise, but I'm guessing you delivered in October.
Oh, you wait. Hold on. I'm getting there. Okay, don't want to give everything away yet. Okay, almost to what you said. Okay, okay. So I needed to give everything I had and push. So what happened? Okay, so let's get to the thing about being human versatile. We delivered the first 400 units to Best Buy 2 days early.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, 2 days early.
There you
Okay.
go.
So then Magellan made $150 million the first year. Okay, it worked. Okay. And then Oprah Winfrey said, "Oh, this is such a good product. I'm going to put you on my favorite things for 2004," which we did. But what you got to know about Oprah Winfrey, 30 seconds of her time then was worth $300,000.
Yeah.
And we got 1 minute on her show.
Wow.
Okay. So, and her show aired on the East Coast, and before it aired on the West Coast, we were all making sales. Okay, so what can I say? We're being 2 days early, but by being human versatile, this was the start of GPS with cell phones, everything else. It changed the whole dynamics of the world of GPS, where to put it. Okay.
I've got a question about GPS because I remember 20 years ago learning that because GPS it was a military thing, right? And it's from
Correct. It
satellites,
started that way.
and that it was I don't know, I heard that the accuracy of it was downgraded on purpose for civilian, so you couldn't be specific. It was some number of, I don't know, 20 meters or whatever. It doesn't matter what the number was, but they
Right.
had artificially downgraded it. Yet now the GPS knows if my phone is 15 feet away from me.
Right.
How was it that we decided it wasn't tactically important to have that degradation of accuracy?
Okay. It was President Clinton who did that.
No
Okay.
kidding.
Yes. He wanted to downgrade it for commercial use. And so the military went and downgraded it to 3 meters. Okay.
There you go. That's what it was. 3 meters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Three
Yeah.
meter accuracy. Okay. And I tell you what, in the military world, if you know the secret sauce, you can even do better.
Yeah. 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 Wow, that's so fascinating. Now I want to shift the question now. It's 20 years later, it's 2024. It
Right.
almost feels like it's 2030 some days. Um, how how is AI going to affect human versatility? Because I feel today, if I'm working on something, I don't know something, I just ask my co-intelligence, and boom, boom, I know that thing. So it's
Right.
added versatility to me. What do you think about that, David?
Okay, what I think about AI, and I've been given great thought about human versatility versus AI. AI is a tool, okay,
Yep,
that
sure.
can be used with human versatility, but human versatility is a higher order concept in which you use AI as a tool, okay? Because human versatility takes everything into consideration. And also, human versatility is a human concept, not a technical tool that would be greatly be able to help you with AI, but it's, how do you say, it's not the same, okay? AI is a lesser version that you will need to use because right now, until we're getting into the AI domain, is AI will solve one problem at a time, where more like human versatility helps you solve multiple problems at a time.
So I'm going to interrupt you there for a second, David, because one of the things that I've been studying is multi-agent AIs, and that's
Yes.
getting a whole group of AIs together to work on problems to address exactly what you've said. And I'm not challenging versatility. What I'm wondering is the race for AI and all the developers, it feels like there's millions of people working on it back when you and I were were heads down in technology.
Right.
There was a certain amount of us. It feels like there's two orders of magnitude more engineers working on AI. Do you think that there's going to be a parity here fairly quickly?
Maybe, because AI is growing every second now that we're working on it with new capabilities and everything. But at the moment, it complements human versatility, but does not counterbalance it or anything. It adds to it. And so as time goes on, we have to figure out, can AI become part of human versatility or not? Or
That's
how can you use
there's
it?
the question. There's the question. Is it a part of it or not?
It's a tool to use for human versatility.
So it helps
It,
us be so in our example earlier, where I'm taking on the work of a colleague because
right.
I'm better at it. It may be that I know how to use my co-intelligence, which is what I call my AI. I know how to use that really well, and I can solve that problem quicker. So it's my ability to be versatile is what's helping the team. Do you think there's an onus on the leader to maybe, take an hour a week to maybe teach some of these things so that we kind of raise the skill level of everybody on the team? Or is that distracting?
No, very much so. The leader should teach it, train people, tell the world about it.
That's
Corporations should know
why I'm
about
doing this show, David.
it. Okay. You know, it's how do you say, has not been brought up human versus to the consciousness of humans. Okay, it's kind of been done in the background and stuff like that, but here's a whole new paradigm to tell everyone about human versatility, to think like a team versus think like, well, how am I just going to get better? Okay, that I can take, how do you say, things off of somebody's plate and work with it and make us more comprehensive and get more value, efficiency, productivity. And of course, what that does is save you time and money, which we're always looking for every day.
David, you've given us a lot to think about. Thank you for coming and sharing your views here with our TEDx Santa Barbara audience.